Hello, my dear students. After the healthy discussion on earlier approach of predictable or we can say discovery of predictable that was based on Doberner triad, Newland's law of octave, and then it was Mendeleev predictable. Now we are here for one more discussion that is based on modern predictable. See here, I already pasted the modern predictable here, and the periodic table, when we search in Google, first come this periodic table, right? This is modern periodic table and also known as long form of periodic table or LFPT. uh, about period and group we are well aware from Mendeleev periodic table, right? In Mendeleev periodic table there was 7 period and 8 group. Similarly, in this case of periodic table, there are 7th period. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Horizontal rows are known as period. See? And the vertical column that is known as group. So here total 18 groups are there. So one by one we will make a healthy discussion on it. Now, according to this periodic table, physical and chemical properties of the element are periodic function of atomic number. Earlier, whatever we discussed, we made our discussion on the earlier approach, that was Doberner, Newland or Mendeleev. The periodic table was based on atomic mass only, correct? But here it is little change. Here the physical and chemical properties of the elements are based on atomic number. Means if I will arrange the elements according to their increasing atomic number, then their physical and chemical properties are going to be repeated after regular interval, correct? Means suppose lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon till neon and again sodium, it is based on atomic number. So the physical and chemical properties little or quite similar for lithium, sodium, then potassium in a group. So it is nothing but it is periodic property. After the completion of periodic table portion, we will come for periodic properties, correct? So the important concept for this periodic table are periods and groups, correct? How many period in this periodic table and how many groups in this periodic table there are, and how we can assign so that it is easier to understand. So there are 7th period total. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. In this manner we will study period, or in this manner we will study group, or we can say along the period or down the group, or left to right, top to bottom. Left to right is period and top to bottom is group, in this manner, correct? So I listed period here and then we will study groups, correct? So in first period there are 2 elements, see, hydrogen and helium, correct? In second period there are 2 elements plus 6 elements. How it is? 2 elements from this and 6 count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is 6 elements plus 2 elements. Means in second period total elements are 8. Here total kitna? 2. Here total kitna? 8. How? As in S block and P block and D block and F block, the again new concept will be there, correct? This area, this complete area is known as S block, correct? This complete area, extreme right area, is known as P block. The middle portion is known as D block, and this one, which is again, it is nothing but trailer. The movie is like this. See here, it is only elements name, lanthanide and actinides, but the whole lanthanide series and actinide series are there. It is F block. So it is again little complicated, correct? So in second period there are 2 elements in S block, lithium and beryllium, and 6 elements from P block. See, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. It is from P block. So it is total 8 element. Similarly, in third period, 2 elements from S block and 6 elements from P block. See, sodium and magnesium from which? From S block, and aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon from where? from P block. So total again how many elements? Total 8 elements in third period, correct? Now for fourth period, little change. Fourth period, 2 elements from S block, potassium and calcium, and 10 elements from D block. See here, scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc. This portion, this is D block area and D block elements, 10 D block elements. And again gallium to here krypton. See 31 gallium to germanium, arsenic, selenium, bromine and krypton. It is what? It is P block area. This area is P block. So 2 elements from S block, 10 elements from D block and 6 elements from where? From P block. Total how much? It is 18 elements, correct? Now for fifth period, it is also same. 2 from S block, 10 from D block and 6 from P block, correct? So again here it is 18. Now for 6th and 7th, we will count 2 elements from S block. Similarly like cesium and barium, and 14 elements from S block. This is what? This is F block element, lanthanide series. And the complete lanthanide series, see here, total 14 elements from La for lanthanum, and from cerium to lutetium you will find total kitna element? Total it is 14 elements, correct? So 14 elements from F block means this thing is nothing but here, right? Next 10 elements from D block including lanthanum. Here total 10. This lanthanum will consider as D block element. Lanthanum because lanthanide. So lanthanide series, in lanthanide series there are cerium to lutetium, correct? And lanthanum will be counted in D block elements. Something, it is little misconception, and you will see in modern periodic table the periodicity in properties topic, correct? And similarly in sixth period there are total 2, 14, 10 elements from D block and 6 elements from P block. Answer is how much? It is 32. And similarly for 7th, 2 from S, 14 from F, 10 from including this, 10 from D and 6 from P. Again it is 32. So you can see the first period is shortest period and the 6th and 7th period are longest period because there is total 32 and 32 elements, and here it is 2 elements. So it's all about period 1 to 7 period, correct? 2 elements, 2 and 6 element, 2 and 6 element, 2, 10, 6 element. Similarly you can find 2 elements from S, 14 elements from F, 10 from D and 6 from P block. Now we will discuss, or we are here for continuation in group study, right? What is the group? Group is total 18 groups, see 1 to 18 number, and it is also written as Roman value, first A, second A, third A, fourth B, fifth. What is this? So first A and second A, it is for 1 and 2. This is one group, first group, this is second group. See here, it is already written first and second. So this is complete first group and this is second group, also known as first A and second A. And next here, see 13 to 18. 13 to 18, after second A it is third A, fourth A, fifth A, sixth A, seventh A and 0. So this is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. What is this? P block element. This is what? P block element. 13 to 18. Here it is written P block, here it is written S block, and next is time for D block element, correct? D block element means third B to second B, means third B, fourth B, fifth B, sixth B, seventh B, and eighth is nothing but we can remove this B because it is collective. 7th, 8, 9, 10 is 8th group, correct? It's what? It's 8th group collectively. It was earlier approach, but now it is 1 to 18 group. And next is first B and second B for 11 group and 12 group. Remember students, this is very important number, right? So S block, D block and P block is complete. What about F block? F block is nothing but lanthanide, this one, and actinide, this one. Means third group and sixth period is known as F block. This is what? This is F block first series. What is this? Seventh means seventh period, and third group, it is nothing but actinide series, and lanthanide and actinide series are collectively known as F block element. Correct? So students, one more time I can summarize. This is first, this is what? First D series, this is second D series here, this is third D series, and this is fourth D series. Correct? Next, it is first F series, it is second F series. Correct? So D and F is clear, S block is clear, P block is clear, D block is clear, and F block is clear. So one more time I can summarize the concept. We studied about group and period. Correct? In periodic table there are 18 group, that is top to bottom, or or we can say it is vertical column, and total seven period, that is horizontal row, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. This first two group is collectively known as S block. Last sixth group, 13 to 18, it is known as P block. The middle portion, that is 3 to 12 group, it is what? D block. And the lanthanide and actinide series, lanthanide, it is not particularly group, separate group, but lanthanide series and actinide series is cumulative, known as a block element. Correct? So students, just remember how many elements are present in different period. First period 2 elements, second period 8th element, third period 8th element, fourth 18, then again 18, 32 and 32 elements. And how many groups, how many periods, what are the block, where S block, where P block, where D block and F block are located in modern periodic table. In my next video lecture, we will talk about how to learn these elements, that is vertically or horizontally, right? So next video lecture is more important than this one, because on that day we will learn how to understand, how we will able to learn these element name by some trick, like I can assign something like lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium, and hydrogen is there. So we can remember this one, हली ने की रूबी से फ्रेंडशिप, like in Hindi, हली some English name, हली ने की रूबी से friendships. And we know very well that beta mange car centro bap ready something. So we have tricks for all the elements. We can learn the all elements of whether it is S block, P block, D block or F block by using simple tricks. How to learn. So my next video lecture will be more important for you, and again next day we will meet and we will study, we will discuss more briefly. Till then, thank you very much.